Hi everyone, welcome to Story Time with Rivka Malka. I'm here to catch you guys up on about 4 months of life that have been intense, amazing, very growthful, very confusing from the outside in, but from the inside out, really cleansing and beautiful. And I got to give you the update on the Joyously Modest Bohemian thing. So I'll start with that because a lot of people have asked me about that and they're curious, like, so where's your clothing store? So there is no clothing store. That's like when we're all those people who turn to the back of the novel first. There is no clothing store. But I got to tell you everything and how it happened and where we are now and why I love you guys so very much. I mean, just amazing. I think about when I put up that page for the clothing store and you just went on it and you liked it, like 600 of you in less than just like minutes, days, hours. It was just like so much love, you know, so much encouragement. So I want to tell you what happened, or what's happening, I should say. Okay, so when I finished up the Rapunzel chapter, closed that story, my husband and I were thinking, what else can we give to people? You know, he had been working before, I had been working before. We could go back to same old, or we can do something brand new and really give something to people. And we thought of this modest bohemian clothing because it was really very easy. Thank God I get a lot of comments about my clothing, and within Rapunzel, people were curious. And dressing modestly can seem really narrow, and it's not. And we just wanted to open that up. So we said, oh, we'll go into clothing. And we had just done an online garment business, Tichel, so that was going to be very easy. As a matter of fact, my sister-in-law has some connections, and like this, she got us connected to this business coach who writes for like one of the largest Jewish magazines, and he was like so excited. He's like, I love you guys, I want to invest in your company. And we were like ready to rock and roll, and we thought, okay, great. And that was it. But at that meeting with that business coach, my husband, who's really knows me, he just said to the guys, like, there's only one problem with this business model, and that is that my wife, she's like not going to want to spend her days selling clothing. Like, that's not what she's about. She's not really about fashion. If you guys know how marketing works and clothing works, you're on Instagram all the time, you're pulling from here, you're looking at designs, you're just all about it, and I'm just really not all about it. So, you know, with Tichel's, okay, it's elevated, and you're not like slicing and dicing the body. You know, it's a Tichel. It's got its own specialness to it. So he knew this about me, my husband. So we tried to think of a way that we could really minimize my involvement in the actual clothing part of it in some kind of crazy way, and at the same time also regain our life balance and be there use this as an opportunity to be there for our kids even more. So we set up this whole business plan where basically my husband would be doing like pretty much everything, and my job would be to choose out the clothing. How much fun is that? So we set about setting this up, and we named our company Joyously, and that I should have like taken a cue from myself that there is a part of me that needed to disconnect, because really it could have just been like Rivka Malka's clothing shop, but there was a part of me that just like couldn't get into this clothing thing, and I created this whole avatar that was extremely important to me. I don't know if you guys know on YouTube, but we had a whole like logo contest and everything. Like, I needed something else to represent the clothing, because as a Jewish woman, like, our life is about internal values, and the external represents that, but it's just like it's a part of the whole, and it's not the part that I really love to concentrate on. I enjoy it. When I get dressed in the morning, I have a good time, but anyway, okay, so what happened next was pretty funny. So we're busy building our website, and then my husband says, okay, what's his job? He's got to go look for trade shows. We've got to hunt down these like most awesome clothing ever. And he finds out that in Las Vegas, there is a trade show called Magic that only happens twice a year, and it's that day. So we buy tickets to Las Vegas, we zoom out to Las Vegas. It was just bizarre and crazy. Like, the hotel that we stayed in, it was like as if you were on drugs the entire time. It was just like an insane experience. Okay, so we're in Las Vegas. By the way, tons of compliments on my modest clothing, so that was fun from all those fashion designers. And as we're like going through hundreds and hundreds of designers, we find out two things. Number one, there is no modest bohemian clothing. Folks, you are right. It is a problem. There is very little out there that is both modest and awesome. Sorry to say. You can make it awesome. Like, you could totally make it awesome. That's what I like to do, but it's just not there. like in entirety. We found like maybe a shirt here and a skirt there. Okay, so that was the first thing. And the second thing that we found out is that when you're not manufacturing, you're getting from the middleman, like the guy in Las Vegas who had it designed in Thailand and now he's selling in his store, but he'll also sell to you. It is so expensive. Thank God we got investors, 2 people who really believed in us. However, it was gonna be crazy. When we did all like the numbers and the shipping and the packaging and the amount of sizes we would need for each thing and trying to get the plus sizes, we would basically be needing to sell clothes at like $65, $70 to make a profit that would be worth it. Probably more. That's like our lowballing. You know, if you want to sell a dress, it would be like 100 more, and I don't really spend that amount of money on my clothes. I just didn't feel an integrity in selling it to other people. So a better way that I can serve you is actually to tell you what I do. And we can work on this together and figure out how to get you that modest bohemian look, but I can't sell it to you at $100. It's not normal. I mean, I understand that there are people to whom that is normal, but for me, I would rather have a lot of colorful, gorgeous things than to like hem and haw about spending my $100, $150 on like one item. Like I have better things to spend my money on. So, I really wasn't sure. I was still holding out because we did find exactly one out of thousands. It's really thousands out there in Las Vegas, like massive blocks of convention centers. At the end of it, I was like fainting. My husband was finishing off his rounds. I was just like fainting. I had forgotten to bring kosher food with me because we just ran and left the house. I was eating potato chips. Anyway, so we did find one company. I'll let you know their name, Avatar. You can look them up. And they had some pretty interesting things. So we made a big order, and when it came, I knew that after Passover it would come, and then I would like maybe sell it, like maybe let's just give this a try, even though I'm like not so into this and we can't get it at the right price. Maybe someone wants to spend like $70 on a skirt, I don't know. And I opened up the box and I started trying things on, and it was not at all what I thought it would be. They looked good and they were very... Okay, video totally stopped in the middle. It is now like 4 hours later. I've already been to 2 doctor's appointments with kids, washed a sink full of dishes. I'm about to do carpool, and now I gotta pick up my train of thought where we left off. And it's raining outside, but I really wanted the outdoor light, so I'm back out here to finish my message to you, because after all, it's story time, and it needs a beginning, middle, and end. So I think I was telling you about how when I opened up this box, it wasn't at all what I wanted, and we just closed it up and sent it back where it came from. As an aside, we looked a lot into doing manufacturing, and that was going to be our next step. We were working with a really cool designer, but we're not going to get up to that. Anyway, I guess here's what I want to share with you. This has been for me a lesson in authenticity. You know, when I was doing the tichels, of course I loved connecting with the women, but in the back end of things there was a lot of parts of myself that really were suffering, and the people who saw me online, you know, saw my videos, they were like, they didn't comment till later, but they were like, Rivka Malka, like we kind of lost you, like you were selling stuff but you weren't being Rivka Malka. So I couldn't see it myself, but they were right, and I'm so grateful that I've come to this place of just saying, here's who I am, here's what I gotta do. If I would get back into clothing now, I would be doing the same thing all over again. I'd be losing myself in something that really isn't me. And you know what I really regret? So we've had like 4 months of adventures, not only Las Vegas and like fabulous business coaches, but really like rich ups and downs and growth and torturous conversations as my husband and I worked this out together. And I wish I would have shared those with you. Now we always have background noise. Well, we're just gonna get a little closer with this. I wish I would have shared that with you. You know, there's a part of me that just wanted to put out a polished product. Like, actually, all of me wanted to put out a polished product. Like, here I am. I'm so fabulous. I made a clothing store, and I'm going to present you with the best of the best. But you know what I forgot? The joy of the internet is that we can meet each other, like, in a raw way. Like, I'm just taking this video with my phone, unedited. You can meet people for real. You can get on Facebook and say, here's where I am today. And I wanted the fancy version. I didn't want the authentic version of the struggles and the ups and downs. And somewhere along the way with all this like publicity, I think I got like stuck in seeing myself instead of being myself. So it's that's where I am now, just putting in a bid for authenticity, for just walking through a process and loving yourself and allowing other people to love you, whether you're up or whether you're down. Thank God I'm up. That's awesome. What could you expect in the future? No clothing store. I know you'll forgive me. Thank you. I'm going to be investing in my blog, and it's an investment that I want to make because that's where I really am. That's myself, giving myself to you, trying to serve you, trying to just share whatever I got with you, and also it's an exercise in authenticity. You'll see now I'm not writing. I got a whole bunch of things going on at home. We just came back out of the country, but my blog's it is already revamped, and it's going to continue to grow just in what it can offer. And I really want to challenge myself to write on there more so that I don't skip major chapters of my life just because they're not finished. I'm going to bring you along with me along the way, so I hope that you'll meet me there. That's rivkamalka.com if you're not already there. I also put up a really cool new video there called 5 Ways to Raise Confident Kids. So fun topic, and you can find it over there right now. Anyway, that is the scoop. Thank you everyone for all your encouragement. I'm so grateful. I'm just overwhelmed with gratitude for life and for you, and that you were there with me when I wanted to start something. You're there with me now when I'm just not starting something, and being here with you. And that is all I have to say, and I'm wishing you a wonderful, wonderful day.